Hey, Will.
Howdy.
Have you ever been married before?
Only twice.
I have not been married before. I've
I
been
know.
to several weddings, though.
You better invite me. When it happens, you better invite me.
Right. If it ever happens, you will be invited.
Oh, I'm not saying that it's going to happen. I'm saying like if it happens. Which I hope, for you. Like
I mean,
not that it really is a thing that has to happen either, but
I like the idea of being married, but I'm also about as good of a husband as I am a lawyer.
I don't think that's true. You're not only you are an amazing friend, but I believe that you already do kind of the husband thing when you are with somebody.
I do husband things for everybody all the time.
Well, that's
That
true.
doesn't mean that once the paperwork is signed, I'm going to keep doing it. It's like, great, woohoo, I have tenure. Can't get rid of me now.
Okay, you can't get rid of me now. Yeah, that's not true. That's not true.
Speaking of married people, we have a special guest tonight. So let's roll the intro.
Go for it.
Been hating my job, I need to quit. Where'd I go wrong? Is this really it? I need to pick me up. Can you fix me up today? I can't keep living this way.
Welcome to Will and Dave. Fix your life.
Dum dum. Today we are talking about weddings.
We are talking about weddings today. So let's talk about kick-ass weddings. Hi, Bonnie. You're here.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm okay. How are you guys?
Totally fine.
Better than I've been in a few days, so that's a good thing.
Will is always in a constant state of things being
Panic.
terrible. So
Yeah.
he's doing well today. So that's great.
Yay.
Right on. Yay.
Oh, wait. Hold on. There we go. We got the cheer. So Bonnie, today we're talking about weddings.
Oh,
You're my sister. You know what weddings are. Have you ever been married?
I'm sorry?
Have you ever been married before?
I have been married twice, but I don't count the first one.
That sounds incredibly familiar.
Yes.
Yeah. Agreed.
That wasn't even a good practice.
Yeah. Right.
Oof. Pal.
First one never counts. First one never counts.
Yeah, people always ask me why I'm not married yet. I'm like, I learned it by watching you guys.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
It's one of those things that I have learned to let my brothers pick out my potential husbands. It's much better that way.
Well, good for you. I don't have any brothers, so.
Oh, excuse me. Thank you.
My favorite died, so
my work wife.
I'm stuck with you.
I know. Yeah, but the ashes in the mayonnaise jar aren't going to tell me anything. So.
I mean, they might. Depends how many shrooms you've had.
Jeez. Oh yeah, I could totally do that, like the tea reading thing.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you have to drink them, and that's just kind of gross.
Well, maybe I'll get haunted.
Perfect.
I've always wanted to know what possession felt like.
Yeah, and then you'll see him.
Really want him to possess you?
No, you would figure out a way to kick me in the butthole.
Yeah, he would.
Immediately.
He would.
It would be like the worst case of dead man ever. Good gravy.
So in case you guys want to use them, I just sent.
And he's gone.
Oh, of course. I just sent David.
What happened? To
Dude,
friends.
now Will's gone. Oh, there we go.
Everybody died.
Yeah, what the heck?
Rearranging us. Did you hear what I said?
No.
No, you got to do it again.
Okay, I was just saying that in case you're interested in posting them, I did send you some pictures from my wedding.
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Ones where I'm like 7,000 pounds. I'm sure I want to post them.
Actually, no, you were in a slimmer time, I suppose. Plus, you look like a Panamanian drug dealer, so it's kind of cool.
Well, you made me do that.
Well, I didn't think you'd want to wear a kilt. That's all.
Yeah, that's true. So, okay, so here's what happened with the wedding. Bonnie got all of her mans of honor.
I had no bridesmaids.
Yeah,
nice.
I was her best man. It was dope. But everybody, literally every dude in the wedding was dressed in a kilt with a sword, like a really cool sword.
Yeah, the word.
And I show up in a purple and black Hawaiian shirt with a white fedora and white slacks.
That's perfect.
And a cane.
I got seriously, like, getting off the airplane in that outfit. Like, they pulled me aside and checked my bags because they thought I was a drug dealer. It was crazy.
Yeah. It's the cocaines. He has the cocaines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So everybody gets a sword. Like, everybody lines up, gets a sword, and they're out of swords. I'm like, what the hell am I supposed to do? And then somebody hands me a revolver. And they're like, here, kill them with this.
You are the most advanced person here. Here you go.
Well, it was kind of a casual wedding, honestly, because our brother's little sister-in-law was 12 at the time, and she came in fairy wings.
Nice.
It was adorable.
It was
like
adorable.
a Ren Fair wedding that I was being a pirate at.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. And we had kegs of some random beer and Guinness. My dad barbecued.
Nice.
Half a freaking cow.
Yeah.
And I was the designated driver. It was hilarious because all they had to drink over there, by the way, was beers.
That's not true. We had non-beer drinkables. There just was a lot of little kids, so.
Yeah, the non-beer drinkables was Diet Coke and Coke and stuff.
I wasn't in charge of that part.
No, you were barely in charge of yourself. Are you kidding me?
Well, that's because by the time I got to walk to the point where I'm getting ready to walk down the aisle, 5 different people had shoved Xanax down my throat.
Ooh.
And then Nick's brother says, oh, we have to all take a shot of scotch before we go. And I'm not giving that up. The problem is the second I have a bit of alcohol in me, I'm instantly drunk for the next half an hour.
Yeah. Yeah. Same with me. We both had kind of the same surgery. So
right. I was in 4-inch platform shoes. I can barely walk. And my dad saying, we don't have to do this. I'm like, yes, Dad, we have to do this. And he's like, the car's right there. I can do this, Dad. I'll carry you down the aisle if you need me to. And I'm literally like, I will walk to my doom on my own, Dad. And I did. And then what's funny is the family tradition of a nickel.
Yeah.
David, do you want to tell that story?
I do believe it's a quarter, isn't it? I thought it was a quarter.
No. Back in the day.
Oh, did it hit me with did I get hit with inflation? Is that what happened? Because so like the whole thing, you know how you'll have like a piece of cake and like you're supposed to like gingerly feed your significant other, your wife or husband or what have you.
Gingerly, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And like people like smash it in the face because it's hilarious. In our family, we hold up a coin, and I guess it used to be a nickel. I keep getting screwed no matter what happens. And you hold up the money, and if the person smushes the cake, you give them that money. That is their bribery for being a shitheel. So
yeah,
I didn't do it
too bad though.
I did that at Dan's wedding. I was the best man. I'm like, do it. I got a quarter for you. And Dan and Justine both pelted me with cake. It was amazing.
Nice.
As normal.
Well,
you know they're going to stay together forever.
The thing is the way it started was at our parents' wedding.
Right.
So, our dad's dad.
I think it's hilarious that it's a tradition because we have 5 kids and about 17 marriages.
Well, yeah.
So
Carol's had at least 47, I think.
Ooh.
Am I wrong?
Yeah. 3?
Burn.
Trace? Uns, dos, trois. Anyway, she's been married a couple of times at least. And
a couple of few.
Yeah. Jesse got married the one time and then he died. And then I'm still a bachelor.
Well, yeah, because you're the grunkle.
Yep.
I'm the grunkle.
The grunkle.
I'm Theo David. Yeah. So yeah, that was the wedding. It was wonderful. Bonnie somehow didn't know how to say no to people throwing Xanax at her, and then also did not realize or care. I'm not sure which, that mixing both of those make you fall down.
I didn't fall down. I just don't remember most of it.
Yeah. So, I mean, like realistically, the contract that was signed may be contested at some point. Yeah. But I think after this many years, I think being under duress doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's true.
So,
and I haven't committed violence against this one, so I guess there's no way out.
Oh no.
That's wild. That's wild because Nick is my best buddy from college, and I know him, and we are the same person most of the time. I am loath to believe that you have not at least given him 5 across the eyes for any words he said out of his mouth.
Well, here's the thing. He does know how to shut up. Something you don't know how to do.
True.
But that being said, everything he's thinking is right across his face. There is no question. Right? And then something I called him on just recently, right? He always calls me honey or dear or sweetheart. The only time he uses my first name is when he's mad at me.
Like a child.
Yeah. And in 18 years, he hasn't figured this out.
Bonnie's like, bitch, you only use my government name when you're mad.
Well, it's kind of like your parents using your full name.
Yeah.
Him actually calling me Bonnie means he's mad. You know, it's just like...
Oh, I fully know that when somebody says David Charles, you know, I am ruined for the rest of my life.
Right.
You know.
Right. Well, it's
like William Jehoshaphat Fumagullier, you know.
Jehoshaphat.
Yeah. And
you got the first initial right, but that's good. Okay.
The first word is not even correct. I know.
I know you know. But it's very true. That is the same thing that happens to me. I don't get called by my legal government name very often. And when that happens,
your illegal government name?
Yeah, I have an illegal government name. Yes. Shh. No, but when
that's Jason Bourne.
The last time I remember getting called by my full name was back when my mom was still around, and she was getting at me after I was giving crap to my wife.
Oh,
Will J. Man,
James. Will James.
Lord.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they called you Will instead of William, because just yelling Will doesn't make any freaking sense to me.
Well, your full name isn't William?
Nope, it's just Will.
No.
Okay, that's like naming somebody Billy Joe and not William Joseph.
Well, I am from Texas, so.
Oh, well, that explains it.
Yeah.
They are the most. Those two were are the most Texans that possibly ever Texaned.
I see.
In Texas.
Possibly. My cousin came up to visit. I want to say like 5-6 years ago, and I was driving my lifted Bronco on. It was on 34-inch tires, and he's like, "You are a transplant Texan if I have ever seen one."
34-inch what?
Tires, yeah, 34-inch tires. I had 34s on it. They're mud boggers.
Yeah, the kind I need a step stool to get up into.
Yeah.
Am I crazy? What is the actual like radius, I guess, of a freaking regular car tire? Because I feel like that would be more than 36 inches.
Yeah,
or at
it
least
is.
36 inches.
It is. Honestly, I don't even know. I just know what they're called.
If it's like the width of the tread?
No, it's not width. It's not width.
Or is it like it's not the it's
like the difference between rims and
it might be the rim
hubcaps.
is that big.
Or the tire size from the rim is probably what it is. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I'm not a guy. I just realized this now. I don't know anything about guns or like cars or anything like that. Like I called up Will the other day to be all like, how I fix my rear view mirror, and he's all like, go to the auto shop because if you do it, you'll screw it up.
Have them do it, because otherwise you are going to end up in a whole world of hurt. Yeah,
you're going to wind up driving in reverse the rest of the time, and we don't even know how.
Whereas I, on the other hand, know quite a bit about cars.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, Bonny put in my blinker fluid the other day. So
what's funny is there's an auto parts store up here that sells blinker fluid.
That's hilarious. That's fantastic.
That's great.
But okay, so I guess we should start telling wedding stories, huh?
I mean, that might be a thing.
Yeah, the last wedding I was invited to, I didn't. I could only show up in video form. So
yeah, thank you for that, though. That was was still good.
Was it your
I'm
wedding?
a hell of a speechman.
It was.
Yeah, I'm a hell of a speechman. Okay.
When did you get married, Will?
It was 2024. It's July 20th, 2024.
Oh, that's my son's birthday. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yep. See, I got married on May 1st because it's Beltane, and that way I'll never forget my anniversary.
Ah.
Yeah, of the two of them, she's the one who would forget it.
Well, of course. I'm the guy in this relationship.
Right.
Stop it. Okay. Am I the a-hole for walking out of wedding I was a part of and ruining the day?
Possibly.
I mean, very well could be.
Like, yeah. Okay, so that technician 9244. I dated my ex-boyfriend John for 4 years and got serious enough where we starting planning for our future.
So she doesn't know how to type.
Clearly, wedding, kids, etc. I thought we were pretty happy, but last year he dumped me pretty suddenly. I tried to figure out what went wrong, but he said it was personal and that I should respect his space. During this time, my best friend Stacy and her fiance Tom were my rocks, letting me crash at their place and just being overwhelmingly supportive and loving. When Stacy asked me to be her maid of honor, I thought it was a no-brainer and happily took on the task. Fast forward to what happened this weekend. The morning of the wedding, Tom asked me to meet him for breakfast super early in the AM before all of the festivities. I thought it was weird, but assumed he maybe wanted me to pass something on to Stacy. What happened instead was that Tom let me know that a few days prior, Stacy admitted to him that she had an affair with John, which was what led to my breakup. He said that Stacy wanted to come clean to start their marriage fresh and that he was forgiving her to move forward. He had gone back and forth between telling me and finally decided to spill the beans. I guess he had expected me to forgive Stacy too, because the affair was so long ago. The opposite pretty much happened, and I just walked out on the wedding. It ended up causing a huge mess because I was basically running the whole show. Stacy made me do everything, so she didn't even know what was happening at certain times or who to call.
Well, that's why you don't sleep with your friend's boyfriend.
I'm just saying.
Yep.
Not only that, but everyone realized that the maid of honor wasn't there. She had headshots and bios of the party on her wedding page. Okay. And news of the affair eventually got out because her cousin knew John. Okay. Stacy and Tom have both been slandering me online now, saying that I ruined their once-in-a-lifetime moment. Some of their friends are on their side, saying that I should have handled the situation more privately and at least stuck out the wedding since it was so last minute. I personally don't know what Tom expected, but either way, I've been getting bombarded with texts, and I heard that Stacy has been so upset she's had to take time off work, which does make me feel like an a-hole. Especially since I've just been ignoring her calls. Not the a-hole, right? Am I crazy? What were they expecting to happen?
They should have waited till after the ceremony.
Seriously, wait until after the ceremony and get all the good pictures, and then she can just clock you in the face and then go home.
Right. That would be a good picture to add to right at the end. Boom.
I'm saying they missed out on a fantastic wedding photo opportunity.
Right. And that's the important thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
It's the day you're going to remember forever. But here's the other thing, right? There is quite a bit that the maid of honor does have to do, right?
Right.
You can get through a wedding without one. I did.
Mm-hmm.
I was there. I did all sorts of stuff for you. Thank you so much.
Oh, please. You just stood there and looked pretty.
And drove your mother and grandmother to and from.
Oh,
provided
my God.
most of the beers to most of the people. Made sure the ceremony went on time, et cetera, et cetera. I'm an amazing maid of honor. Thank you so much.
You're an amazing maid of honor. You would make sure I didn't have quite so much Xanax and scotch before trying to walk.
It's not my fault that I was stuck handling all the crap you couldn't because you were too busy high on Quaaludes.
It wasn't Quaaludes. If it was Quaaludes, I wouldn't remember any of it. Here's the thing. A big wedding with lots of stuff going on, you hire a wedding coordinator. You pay somebody the big bucks to make sure everything goes off without a hitch. The only thing that the maid of honor really is in charge of is the hen party and any of like the teas or little luncheonettes things, stuff like that for the bridal party. Has nothing to even do
for
with
those
the groom's party.
Who did not study abroad in Scotland, a hen party is a bachelorette.
Sorry.
No, that's fine.
Just question.
Yeah.
Why is it still a stag party, whether it's here or in the UK? But it's only a hen party over there, and it's a bride's, well, whatever.
No, it's called a bachelor party here too. It's a bachelor party and a bridal shower.
But stag party is definitely something that most people will still know what you're talking about.
That's like super East Coasty though. That's not even
okay.
That's not even west of the Mississippi. So
okay.
I'm just saying. I've never heard anybody without a British or an Australian accent say stag party. Like in seriousness.
Okay, fine.
So yeah, no, like what were they expecting though? Seriously, like
yeah.
I think it was a bad call. They should have waited till after.
Yeah, I agree. It should have been something that should have happened right then. It should have been a later thing, or something that should have been divulged way earlier.
But if you
so that they could have stopped it
before,
Yeah, night before, you're just asking for trouble there.
Ugh.
That, and honestly, had I been the groom and I found out like she had done this while we were together, I would have called off the wedding.
Yeah.
Well, I think it also like it screams how like lack of self-esteem that guy had. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I couldn't possibly find another love of my life. Blah 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 blah. Sorry, dog. She like not everybody's built in the way that
well, that's the thing.
They don't care about their wives like infidelities or whatever.
Right.
If you forgive
clearly he
them
was
once,
a
they're gonna take it as an okay to do it every single time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I personally don't care. Go have your fun. Don't add to the population. Don't subtract from the population, and don't bring home any scabies for me to enjoy. I don't need any party favors. Beyond that, whatever. I don't own you, but other people are very, very monogamous and don't and do not like the idea, like whatsoever. So, what? Why are you wiggling your fingers at me?
I'm saying right here, I would much rather it be a 1+1 equals relationship, not a 1 plus whatever kind of
Yeah, but
relationship.
some people are polyamorous, and that's an agreement they have with, their significant other, or some people are bisexual and need one of each at a time. That's like a thing that you discuss with your significant other.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, it just depends on what you're looking for. And allow me to point out that 1 is the loneliest number you could ever do, and that 2 can be just as bad as 1. So, get up to 3 at least. Okay. So my next one. The next one is a true off my chest one.
Oh.
You're welcome.
We don't read these very often, and they're always really juicy. One top 3934. I'm getting married in 2 weeks, and I am totally screwed.
Usually,
Probably. I literally need to get this off my chest. I feel like I'm going insane. My fiance, Sarah, 28, and me, 34, he's a dude, have known each other for about 6 years, engaged for 1. Our wedding is scheduled to take place in just 2 weeks, and I just witnessed something that is making me feel like I am making the biggest mistake in my life. Okay. Tonight, Sarah and I are taking the rare opportunity to relax at home. Sarah was in the kitchen making dinner while I was out back working on one of my projects. We live on an acreage, and I am building a pagoda/fire pit in the backyard that we are planning on using this fall. Anyway, as you do when you're doing heavy labor, I get thirsty and come back to the house to get a drink, where I see Sarah at the counter preparing dinner and talking on speakerphone. I recognize the voice instantly as my brother-in-law, Marty. Now, this is where my brain gets totally twisted. Marty asks Sarah where her sister Evelyn is, as he's been trying to get in contact with her, and she's not answering texts. And I hear Sarah say to him, "She just left here. She should be home in a half hour or so." It should be noted that Evelyn is Marty's wife of 5 years. I have to admit that I didn't immediately register what she had just said, because I went into the kitchen and grabbed a glass and asked Sarah, what was that all about? And she responds with, Marty was looking for Evie. I see her texting and I ask her, what are you doing? And she says, I'm texting Evie that Marty was looking for her. Okay. Anyway, I pour myself a drink, sit down, have a sip, and then finally my brain starts to work. First off, I heard Sarah tell Marty that Evelyn was here. Evelyn was not here. And the last time we saw her was yesterday when she came over to work on some last-minute wedding decoration stuff with Sarah. Secondly, why is she texting Evelyn and expecting a response when I distinctly heard Marty that Evelyn wasn't answering her text? Lastly, why the hell would she tell Marty that Evelyn should be back in 30 minutes unless either she knows where she is, then why did she lie, or she is right now in front of me texting her to tell her to get her butt home quickly? The only conclusion that I came up with is that Sarah is lying to Marty about the whereabouts of her sister, Marty's wife, and is probably warning Evie that Marty will expect her home in half an hour. I spent probably the next 5 hours concocting various explanations for this behavior. Some decent, some downright horrible, and playing them back in my head. I wanted really badly to ask Sarah about this, but at the same time, if what I think is going on, then I doubted I'd get a straight answer.
Yeah.
Which brings me to about an hour ago. I woke up around 1 a.m. to use the toilet, and I couldn't resist the urge to check Sarah's phone. Come on, dude. Don't do that.
The heck? Yeah.
Come on, pal. We both know each other's pins, so this wasn't a difficult thing to do.
Anyway, doesn't mean you should do it.
Right?
Does not mean you should do it.
Don't did it. Just don't. You know what you could have did? Not that. You could have just not did that.
Anything but that. Yeah.
It always ends,
go back to bed.
Always ends in tears. And why are you so awake right now, by the way, at 1 o'clock in the morning after you've been asleep, presumably for a few hours, after doing hard manual labor? What? How are you that awake to take the phone and retreat into the bathroom?
So what did he find on the phone?
I'm getting there. This is an aside. It's normal. Anyway, I grabbed the phone, retreated to the bathroom, and unlocked it. And yep, it was exactly what I was afraid of, and probably what most of you were expecting. Sarah's sister Evelyn has been having an affair for about 6 months with a coworker, and Sarah has been helping Evelyn cover it up for almost that entire time. There are literally hundreds of texts between them discussing it, discussing the coworker, discussing sex stuff, really embarrassing things about my brother-in-law, and probably uncharitable, just stuff that makes my stomach churn, and here is my soon-to-be wife going along with all of it without batting an eye.
She could have batted an eye.
Right? Don't take a bat to your eye. That's awful.
Yeah.
I took some screenshots of the entire thread and put the phone back where I found it and retreated to my home office to find myself here typing it all out on Reddit, simply so I can avoid the primal scream that wants to come out of my mouth right now.
Because this is where should. This is where you should put it out, right here on Reddit. Not say anybody else, do a fake account, and just straight up put this all out and then shut up about it.
Okay.
Because it's not your thing to deal with.
Here's the thing, though, right? Now he's spying on her. That's a breach of trust, right? And I've said it before, siblings have responsibilities to each other, right?
Code.
It is, if she wasn't at least comfortable with it, she could say, no, I can't help you with this or whatever, but it's not her job to rat her out, right? And maybe Marty is a tool. I don't know. I don't think
Marty. His name's Marty. Ever since McFly, that name has been ruined.
Right? Yeah. Right. Okay. So here's the thing. If she's covering for her sister, that's between her and her sister.
Yeah.
If the sister's having an affair, that is between the sister and her husband. It is not for her sister.
And the affair, come on, the other guy's involved.
And the affair E.
The affairer.
The affairer, sorry, yes.
That's whatever. That could just be physical. Intelligence doesn't matter. Fact of the matter is if I was having an affair and I told you, it would be your job to help me cover it up. Even though Nick's your friend. This person isn't even his friend. It's his weirdo brother-in-law.
Yeah.
And then honestly, there's the other part of it. Chicks before dicks. It's kind of like bros before hoes, but better.
You're right.
Yeah, sure.
But better.
Now, I don't believe in affairs.
Sisters before misters, friend.
There you go. Okay. I don't believe in affairs. I think if you are having that big of a problem with your significant other, you need to talk about it, go to therapy, or break up.
Yeah.
So
let me get to the rest of it.
Oh, sorry. I was having an aside.
Yeah, I know. It's normal. I'm 100% screwed, Reddit. I cannot marry Sarah. I just cannot do it. I can't think of any reasonable excuse she could offer me about assisting her sister in this affair and victimizing not only Marty, but their 2-year-old daughter as well. On the other hand, myself, my family, Sarah and her family have all sunk an enormous amount of money into a wedding that is supposed to happen in around 2 weeks. There is no way we are getting any of that money back. On top of that, I feel like an absolute fool. Like, how did I not know this woman was like this? And what the hell am I going to do? I can't marry her. I absolutely cannot. However, I still want to. She's beautiful and fun and kind, and I thought we had a bright future ahead of us. She's never done anything wrong to me, but I just can't see her the same now. It's like a big black stain on an otherwise beautiful picture. I just don't know how the F I got this so wrong, and I'm absolutely dreading what I know I need to do. I feel like I want to vomit or break something. Okay, here we are. We got some edits. We've got a lot of edits.
A lot.
So, okay. Where's edit one? Where's edit one? Where does it start?
Just as edit.
I understand what. Will, you don't have to tell me how to do my job.
But it doesn't say edit one, though.
Okay, Dave, this is where you use his full name. Instead of calling him darling.
Which was
William Jeremiah Fahishiswishin. You quit it.
You know my last name. Don't even start.
I of course know your last name, but
but we don't want people stalking you.
I'm not going to dox you.
Okay. Good.
You know my whole name, Dave. Of course I do. But anyway, edit. Guys, you don't need to convince me not to marry Sarah. That's obvious. The wedding is off. I'm just trying to figure out my next steps and work up the nerve to do it. There's an incredible amount of pressure on me from the expectations of everyone, but I'm not going to buckle under it. I just am not relishing having to deal with the fallout, and I'm more than a little angry that I'm in this situation. Sir, you put yourself in this situation.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
if he hadn't snooped,
exactly.
Never turns out well.
Nope.
Snoopers or poopers. Okay.
He's acting like his fiance is the one cheating.
Yeah. Obviously, can't you tell she's fully cheating on him by helping Evelyn cheat on Marty, who may or may not be a total tool bag?
Oh my god. This guy needs therapy.
Right? It just doesn't make any sense. Okay.
Hey guys, so this story goes a bit long. So I sped up most of the rest of the updates that we read. We did not read all of them. It kind of cuts off at the end. But we did get the majority of it. It's a lot of yakety yak, not a lot of information. But if you would like to hear it, you can slow it down on whatever app you're listening or watching this in. And if you want to read the full story, it will be posted on our Reddit so that you can get the full picture of that this was. Otherwise, have a good day, and feel free to skip to the non-sped up area.
Edit 2. It's 5 a.m. I have work in 3 hours, and I'm running off a couple hours of sleep. I'm going to take a shower and head into work a little early to avoid Sarah and stew on this. Thanks to the support of people here and a big raspberry to the dill holes who keep saying I should figure out whatever good reason my soon-to-be ex-fiance had for this garbage. Well, clearly you have a specific opinion, sir.
He's already made up his mind.
He didn't want to get married in the first place. That's what this says to me. He's been all like, well, we could have just stayed dating for 7 years instead of getting married. Sir, eventually the milk bill comes due.
Right.
That is better on your taxes. Seriously,
like think of the joint tax filings. Oh, I would. Oh man, the amount I would get back in taxes. Anyway, edit 3. I got into work around 7. No one was in the office, so I decided to start pulling off the Band-Aid and called my brother. He lives in Australia, so he was still up after having just put his kids to bed. It was heartbreaking the news to him about this because I know he has laid out a huge amount of money for flights for him and his family to come. But to his credit, as an older brother, he didn't mention it one time and just backed me up. He made a great point too. He said, totally paraphrasing, "You work in a job where you have to deal with liars and scammers day in and day out. I don't blame you for wanting to be somewhere, for wanting to have somewhere to go where this isn't a concern." He was totally right about that, and I get now why I'm reacting so strongly to Sarah's participation in this deceit. He also had a great idea. He was going to take his family down to Florida to do some sightseeing and visit the parks.
So Billy's an asshole.
Seriously. Well, now the kids will be accompanied by their uncle as well. It should be easy since we were going to honeymoon there as well, and we were planning on meeting them for a bit anyway. It's also terrible at grammar. I'll just rebook everything to be closer to him and his family, and I'll offer Sarah's ticket to either my sister or another family member. I haven't had time to read everyone's comments, but I've answered a few. Right now, I'm just sort of making myself sick by drinking cup after cup of coffee and trying to distract myself until the day gets on enough where I can reach out to Marty. Edit 4. Just did a morning stand-up. My stomach is doing flip-flops. I'm drinking about 2 pots of coffee since I got here, and I absolutely cannot focus or concentrate. I feel like I can't do anything really from my side until I tell Marty what I know. So I'm just going to take a sick day and drive over to his house and see if he's around. If not, I'll call him and track him down. Marty is a teacher who is on break right now, and Evelyn works at 9 to 5 like me. So odds are good this works out. Wish me luck, Reddit.
What if, before we continue, what if this is a one of those like tests? You know, like a relationship tests?
Oh, those are such bullshit.
Yeah, no, those
I'm
are
going to lose my entire mind about that. If that's the case, I will lose my whole mind.
right.
Sorry.
I'm going to stand up and there will be 7 kittens in my chair.
That's what I'm saying. Like it could end up being something horrible like that. Just
I hate you. I hate you so much.
Like she's testing him to see if he's a Snoopy bitch.
Yes, that would be a test.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I would love that. I would love that so much, actually.
Because clearly he's a tool.
Right?
And he's a whiny brat.
Thank goodness we only put in not that much money into the wedding. Okay. Edit 5. Got to Marty's house a little after 10 a.m. He had just put his daughter down for a nap, and we had a long, frankly brutal talk in the kitchen. Basically, he suspected this for a couple of months now, but Evelyn has been very good at covering her tracks. Obviously, with the assistance of Sarah and a couple of their mutual friends. I unfortunately do not have all 6 months of text messages, just a couple of dozen screenshots I sent to myself from Sarah's phone, but I gave him what I have and offered to help him however I could. I'm a field analyst in the SIU department of a mid-sized insurer specializing in workers' comp fraud. So I know a few things about a few people. Okay. Anyway, I am now working from my laptop in my almost brother-in-law's kitchen, trying to salvage whatever I can. I'm going to have to talk to Sarah this evening and get the word out as fast as I can to my friends and family now that I know I won't screw Marty over. So far, I managed to rebook most of the honeymoon, although I had a problem with the ticket because Sarah was flying under her maiden name and our carrier has a surname rule for name changes. Anyway, they did allow me to cancel and get a partial refund and rebook my sister to my sister who will be accompanying her 2 brothers and nieces to Florida in a couple of weeks. I'm holding off on canceling the venues until after I talk to Sarah because I don't want to tip anyone off until Marty gets his chance to confront Evelyn. But I will absolutely be letting my family and friends know this afternoon sometime and beg them to keep it close. I'm basically in a frenzy right now canceling stuff I can cancel, and I'm heading down to the bank in a few to open a new account and getting my bills/pay sorted out. The finances. Some people have mentioned them, but it should be pretty good. The mortgage is in my name since we were not married and I have the bigger income. But Sarah did contribute about $20K toward the down payment. I will probably have to pay her out that money and some portion of the mortgage payments for the last 16 months, but it could be worse. P.S. How come so many are confused regarding brother and brother-in-law? That doesn't make sense. Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so he's going to tell everybody else before even talking to the woman.
Yeah. Because he's a total tool bag, right? We've established this about 7 years ago now, it feels.
Right. And I think we should be being paid like $3.50 an hour for the amount of therapy this guy is taking. Jesus God.
All right.
Yeah.
Edit 6. I'm going to go silent for a while. This post has already been circulating around TikTok and has gone way beyond what I thought it would when I was freaking out in the middle of the night. First off, I want to say something here. I do not hate Sarah. I don't approve of what she did. I frankly find it repulsive, and I'm shocked by uncovering how two-faced she can be and how she treats people. I'm not going to comment, but I don't hate her. I'm just incredibly sad about everything, and the I'm screwed part of my post is really the short time frame I have to work under. Basically, our relationship is in a state where I cannot get married to her, but we're supposed to get married in 2 weeks. Maybe if we had 2 months, or better yet, a year or so to work through this, my approach might be vastly different, but I don't have that luxury. I have to move now. There's no way I can enter into a marriage with the state of our relationship now, so I'm not going to. End of discussion, guys. Anyway, I will report back later with how everything today went. Hopefully, it will be less traumatic than I'm anticipating.
He's the only one that knows his relationship.
Right. He's the only one who knows the standards of relationship. Edit 7. I have no idea how long a Reddit post can be, as I've never written such a long one before, so I hope that this goes through. It's about 8:30 p.m. right now, and I'm writing this from my buddy's house. His name is Mark, and I'm a former coworker of mine that is also in the same field of work. As I mentioned in a previous update, I work as a field analyst for a decent-sized insurance carrier. For people who don't know what that is, I'm basically a private detective. My job is to investigate what we think might be fraudulent claims in regards to workers' comp. Anyway, as I kind of hinted at, Marty asked for my help finding out who the other guy was that Evelyn was cheating on him with. All we had to go on was the name, so let's just call him Jake. The first thing I did was not some major amount of sleuthing. It was basically just going through LinkedIn trying to find the guy through Evelyn's connections, but that brought up nothing, which I thought was strange. Marty had told me that Evelyn was supposed to go out for drinks tonight after work, and that she said she wouldn't be home until around 9 or 10. He didn't have to tell me what he suspected, since I pretty much understood right away. I told him that I would help him, but he needed to come out with me. Then I contacted my buddy Mark, explained the situation to him, and had him agree to meet us later in the day. The first thing we did was drive to Marty's parents' house so that they could watch their granddaughter. I don't know what Marty told them as I waited in the car. After that, we went to Evelyn's place of work. It's one of those large commercial strip mall type centers with all these nondescript offices in a row and a large non-gated car park. We drove around until we found Evelyn's car, and then I had Marty unlock it with the second set of keys. Oh boy. I then gave Marty a voice-activated recorder and a GPS tracker to place in the car.
Crap.
Once done with that, we left, parked a bit down the street, and waited for my friend to arrive and for Evelyn to leave the business. Mark shows up about 20 minutes later, hops in the car with us, and around half an hour after that, Evelyn comes out of her office with 2 of her girlfriends and a tall, younger-looking man with sandy blonde hair. They're obviously holding hands, and I'm like, damn, Evelyn, you're making it easy for me. I take a couple of pictures from the car and then wait for Evelyn to leave in hers, and I start tracking her. At first, I thought she might go right to a hotel or something, but she didn't. Instead, she drove to a reasonably nice bar and grill in a nice section of town and parked on the street. I drove by her as she was getting out of the car and entering the establishment, and found my own parking spot and went over the plan. First, we sent Mark in, since no one knew him. He had basically 2 jobs. First, try to get any compromising pictures he could of Evelyn and Jake, and second, to be my alibi. Marty and I waited in the car for around 20 minutes until I got the first in the series of text messages from Mark. They were pictures of Evelyn and Jake making out in front of their 2 female coworkers. Marty's suspicions right. They were helping Evelyn hide the affair from him. He was obviously very upset and angry. Evidently, one of the coworkers is married, and as a couple, they are good friends with Marty and Evelyn. Both of them having toddlers around the same age. I asked Marty if that's enough for him, but he says he still really wants to know who the guy is. I try to tell him that we can find out later, but he's practically begging me at this point, so I have to tell him to wait. Text Mark that I'm coming in, and then enter the bar myself. First thing I see is Evelyn and her crew laughing and drinking at one of those tall round tables near the front window as I enter. I stop for a moment, pretend to be surprised, and call out to Evelyn, "Evelyn, hi, what are you doing here?" She's obviously shocked to see me, and everyone around her tenses up immediately. Evelyn quickly introduces me as her sister's fiance and says that we are getting married in 2 weeks. There are a lot of congratulations from everyone. I thank them, stick out my hand to the blind guy, and introduce myself with my full name, hoping he'll respond in kind. He does, and I'm a bit taken aback. He's not named Jake. I introduce myself to everyone else, and then tell Evelyn that I'm here to meet a coworker. I wave to Mark and then excuse myself. Once I get over to Mark, I tell him the guy's name, and we both whip out our phones and go to work. It doesn't take long for us to find him. He's got a social media profiles and a couple of court case judgments against him. Everything sort of falls into place when we find out that Jake is his middle name. At this point, I'm basically just grateful that Evelyn isn't cheating on Marty with 2 different coworkers. Turns out that Jake is 26, married, and has a 1-year-old daughter. That just keeps getting better. Anyway,
totally.
LDR?
Seriously.
Yeah.
Anyway, I text Marty the guy's name and I decide I want to push my luck and tell him to wait a few more minutes. Basically, I'm playing babysitter here at the bar. I'm totally visible, Evelyn and her crew, and I see out the corner of my eye that no one is particularly happy about this, and my presence is really ruining the night. This is good. I let this go on for about 10 minutes and then tell Marty to text Evelyn. He's spending the night at his parents with their daughter. Okay. It doesn't take long after that until I catch Evelyn taking out her phone, showing it to Jake, and then everyone deciding to pack up. Evelyn comes over to me, says goodnight, and asks me if Sarah and I want to come over for dinner this weekend. I smile and say that sounds like a great idea, and wish her and her coworkers a good night. Let's see. They go back to Marty. I'm gonna try and scan through this to see if I can find anything else. This is
so long.
This is going to take an entire episode.
It's so long.
I just want to know when he confronts his fiance.
Right. Anyway, well, I had to talk with Sarah last night. It was pretty insane. I'm honestly burnt out and still exhausted, even though I took another sick day and slept in until almost 11:15. Oh, you poor baby. I know everyone is thirsty for updates. Long story short, too freaking late. I came home to talk to Sarah about canceling the wedding and found her comforting Evelyn on the couch. I almost turned around and walked out, but didn't. Words were exchanged. Tears were had. People got really angry and the cops were called. I collapsed and slept for 10 hours, and my phone is practically glowing from the heat of a bajillion unread messages and missed calls. Stuff is really up in the air. I have a lot to do today. My family already knew what was going on by yesterday afternoon, but I need to contact some friends today and get a move on other things. I'm just going to answer a couple and then bug out. First, I'm not James Bond. I don't care.
No.
Second, I'm off the clock. Nope. Third, I'm not an aspiring screenwriter or novelist. I do, however, write a lot of reports. So what?
These are the questions that I had. What did Sarah say?
Yeah. Seriously, he does not even say anything about that. People saying you don't know what the whole situation was. Marty was abused. Yada, yada, yada. Nobody, you don't know the whole situation. I do. I read 6 months of text messages. I know why Evelyn did what she did. I know how she feels about Marty. I know how my ex-fiance played along with this. I'm just not sharing it because it's vile.
But what he did to his sister-in-law isn't.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, there's nothing.
There's nothing. There's literally nothing. That just feels like a waste of a story.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean, it was interesting up until it started being like, I mean, TPU reports. Like, what are you doing? Or TPS reports.
Seriously.
Like, what the heck?
And this person comments about like this story seems bogus. And so, like, I'm looking at all these posts now, and it's like
It does kind of seem like it may be an extended, like a AI kind of story.
Well, I mean, it was 4 years ago, so I gotta say
There's so many words. You know?
He put so many words in a row. That meant
Well, the thing is, it's just like, what do we care about that or the other thing? We need
my wife.
The short version, and then what happened? I don't need to know your job. I don't need to know that you're drinking 2.5 pots of coffee and your tummy hurts.
Right.
You know, I told my girlfriend we're not getting married because she helped her sister be a slut and she punched me in the face. That's what I needed to know.
Can we edit like all of that to just what Bonnie said right there?
Yep, pretty much.
Thank you. So
Absolutely.
there's nothing. There's literally nothing. That just feels like a waste of a story.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean, it was interesting up until it started being like, I mean, TPU reports, like, what are you doing? Or TPS reports.
Seriously.
Like, what the heck?
There's so many words. You know?
He put so many words in a row that meant nothing.
Well, the thing is, it's just like, what do we care about that or the other thing? We need
my wife.
The short version, and then what happened? I don't need to know your job. I don't need to know that you're drinking 2.5 pots of coffee and your tummy hurts.
Right.
You know, I told my girlfriend we're not getting married because she helped her sister be a slut and she punched me in the face. That's what I needed to know.
Can we edit like all of that to just what Bonnie said right there?
Yep, pretty much.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
So now we can do a couple more stories.
If you would like to read the entire story, then you can go to our Reddit where I will have this story posted and you can find it. Or you could message Dave and he will do it as long as, you pay him a little bit here and there.
Yeah, I unfortunately have to go with SAG rates, right? So, okay, so no more true off my chest that are that freaking long without an actual resolution.
So
you need a word count at the top.
Do a word count at the top. You should have. You should when you compile all these, do a word count at the top of each one. Okay.
So
okay. Here we go.
You complain about
this one is beautifully short.
Short. Okay. All right.
Am I the a-hole for starting my wedding ceremony before my mom showed up?
Yes. Maybe.
It depends. It
depends on mom. Okay.
Some moms try to cause a scene.
It's true enough. The day of the wedding. Hunter Queen 23. The day of the wedding started out as normally. The day of the wedding started out. God damn it. Okay. me.
Just go ahead and start it again.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thank you. The day of the wedding started out as they normally do. I, bride, was inside getting ready, and final touches were being made outside. After I was almost ready by noon, my mom had to run back to the hotel 20 minutes away to change and come back with my grandma and family friend. The invitation says ceremony at 2. As per usual, we were a little late starting, but nothing crazy. Next thing I know, I'm walking myself down the aisle with no mom, grandma, or family friend in sight. The ceremony continues, and it's over before we know it. Still nothing. After 45 minutes, they finally pull up. Then I proceed to go and tell them it's over, and they missed it, and that 2 meant 2. My mother immediately became hostile, and proceeded to blame the bakery for not having buns ready, and then said they were stopped by a train, and my personal favorite was, "It's your fault you didn't call or text us to see where we were." Excuse me? Again, the invitation said 2. Also note, the officiant also had another wedding to get to after mine, so it was a tight schedule. So am I the a-hole for not holding up my ceremony? Side note, I found out the real reason that they were late. She wasn't done getting herself ready, therefore holding up everyone, but she is mad at me because it's my fault.
Okay. First of all, they should have been ready before they got to the venue to help the bride get ready. That's how that works. Second of all, screw the buns. If the buns are going to be late, somebody has to go pick them up later, or you're going to potentially miss your daughter walking down the aisle. Screw the buns. They can wait. My issue, right, is that grandma didn't get to be there. You know, grandma was held up by mom. You know, that's BS. I feel bad for grandma and I feel bad for the bride. But
yeah, that stinks. Like honestly, like my thing is the officiant has a tight schedule, yada yada yada. Well, the wedding can't happen without you. So be a little late. That's fine. But like, you know, like unfortunately, what they should have done was brought grandma to begin with, right? Gotten grandma ready at the venue, blah blah blah. Yeah, the thing to fix here is mom needs to get her ducks in a row, but also, you know, 20 minutes away, and so she was 25 minutes late, really, right?
No, it was 20 minutes there and then 20 minutes back, and then the time to get ready.
Right, so 45 minutes. So it was nothing. Like 5 minutes away that they weren't.
No, like they had 5 minutes to get ready. If it's 20 minutes there, 20 minutes back, and they were gone for 45.
Right.
Travel time was a total of 40. 5 minutes to get Granny ready is not going to work.
No, Granny should have been getting ready anyway. I don't know how firm or infirm she is, so I can't really speak to that. But honestly, get Granny ready at 9 in.the morning when she's been awake for 5 hours already. Because old people get up way earlier than anyone else.
They're special.
They are professionals at waking up and then going to bed at 6. Okay.
Yeah, but they have to get up at 11 for Perry Mason.
They do. They have to get up at 11:30 for Perry Mason. Thank you so much.
Not anymore. Thank you, streaming.
Sir, that is taking the incredibly bold stance that they know how to use the streaming service.
Oh no, somebody's going to have to help them with the streaming service. That's because they're not going to use that, or even if they are taught multiple times, they are still not going to be able to use that. Answer my father, who has access to YouTube TV, but still does nothing with it.
Does your dad still look like Sam Elliott with black hair?
Yes, sir. Well,
does he have the mustache?
He's got like a beard goatee thing going.
Oh, so he actually grew other stuff besides that?
I think it's just a goatee right now. I don't know. I've seen him in all different shapes and sizes. So.
I've only ever seen Jim with that bottle brush mustache.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it's a goatee right now.
So what you're really saying is he's got like 15 girlfriends.
Well, he could. Really, what he does is he sits around in his kitchen and listens to radio. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, you can listen to the baseball game. It's like being there.
Oh no, it's just random music. Yeah.
Well,
I know. Yeah, I know.
All right.
We love you, Dad.
As long as it isn't Fox News.
Thank you for supporting the podcast, and also thank you for listening, and I apologize for David.
Why are you apologizing for me?
Because you need to be apologized for sometimes.
I didn't do anything this time, though.
Preemptive apologies.
I'm the best kid he's ever had.
That's probably true.
Sheesh.
I'll ask him about that after he listens to this episode.
not one time have I needed to get bailed out by him or driven home. Nothing.
They didn't have to bail me out of anything. Okay, I had friends to help.
They chose to do it.
No. I had friends that helped me do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, Dave and I specifically have an agreement that we have each other's bail money, so we don't have to call our parents.
Yeah, that's true. There you go. That's good.
Like, I will fly back to LA to bail him out just so he doesn't have to call grandma.
Perfect.
Bonnie, as long as you're not committing any felonies right now, I got you.
Right.
Just
why are we drawing the line at felonies? We didn't last time.
Because of price.
Okay. I feel you.
Yeah. I mean, I'll sell my guitar, but it's not worth that much. So am I the a-hole? Deleted asks, am I the a-hole for confronting the bride and groom at the wedding over the seating chart and leaving early when they refused to change it?
Yes.
I mean,
we can just stop right there.
I kind of want to hear the story, but
it's short.
Go ahead.
Okay.
But the answer is yes.
Right. My father-in-law got married a few weeks ago, but they just returned from their honeymoon, and I've heard through the grapevine that they think I am an a-hole. Well, at the wedding, we were put at the same table as my husband's mom, who we have not spoken to in 3 years. There was never a formal big no contact. She just stopped answering messages and stopped reaching out. My husband checked her social media once to make sure she was alive. She was alive and well, so we felt like fine. If she wants to ignore us, the relationship can just be over. We haven't heard from her since. She hasn't met the baby, and it was sad for my husband for a little while, but he's over it. We expected her to be at the wedding, but we're surprised that she was seated next to us because father-in-law knows about the estrangement. Mother-in-law looked uncomfortable for a little while, but relaxed and was just ignoring us because I could tell how uncomfortable my husband was. I went up to the head table and asked father-in-law and the bride why we were next to mother-in-law. I did congratulate them first.
Oh, good.
Father-in-law looked like he was trying really hard not to smile and said to ask the bride. She did the seating chart.
Nice.
She said it is just normal to put people with people they know. I asked if we could be moved because she was making my husband so uncomfortable. Father-in-law asked what she was doing, and I admitted nothing, and he told us to leave him alone and stop bothering them at their wedding.
Perfect.
Yes, he should have.
I went back to the table. At this point, my husband isn't even eating because he is stressed, and mother-in-law is twisted all the way around in her chair so she doesn't have to look at us. And I just snapped and told my husband we shouldn't stay when we have been disrespected. And if his dad wanted us there, he wouldn't have put us at that table. Mother-in-law's husband was like, we can hear you, a-holes. But I ignored him and asked my husband if he wanted to leave. He agreed and we went. But I heard that father-in-law and his wife were talking bad about us to mother-in-law after we left and saying we are selfish. And mother-in-law said we are hypocrites because we didn't care about her happiness at our wedding. I don't know what she meant by that. What? So they did that at the wedding.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? That seating chart has been compiled 4 months.
Yeah, dog.
All they had to do was go talk to the lady and say, look, we're having this issue with the mother-in-law, and could you please seat us someplace else?
Right.
Right.
Hey.
And then second of all, when, he's like, well, what is she doing that's, making you guys uncomfortable? She said nothing. And what she should have said is, well, she's ignoring us. She's turned her back completely to us. She's talking smack to the next table over, whatever it was. Then maybe he would have said, you know what? Move.
Yeah.
So like, realistically speaking, it's not about you, Hillary. Not about you.
Yep.
Like it's about the people at that head table. It's not about you mutants over at table 9. It's okay. Just be over at table 9 and not enjoy it and have a terrible night. That is your job tonight. Eat the chicken or the fish, and have a couple drinks and go the hell home, because nobody cares about what you want and need at somebody else's wedding.
Yeah.
Right. So long as you're not like going into a diabetic coma or like having an actual fist fight with somebody, keep your drama for your mama and go the heck home afterward. Don't make a scene. Like it's honestly, I'm all about people being comfortable and whatnot, but you didn't bring it up to begin with when they were constructing the seating chart. It's on you that you didn't have a say in where you were going to sit.
Yeah.
Right.
And they could have asked nicely to move, and it did not confrontational.
Or just moved. They could have just moved out of the way.
Right?
Done something other than just sit there and deal with that. Like, just
go be social butterflies elsewhere in the room. I mean, it's not like people are the cops are there telling you have to stay seated the whole time.
Yeah.
Right.
You got 2 feet. Get up and move.
I mean, they did use their 2 feet and got up and left, but I mean, like, honestly, it was that's incredibly rude.
It should have done that before they started complaining to people that actually is the whole reason that they're there.
If it's that bad, make an excuse. The babysitter called. We have to go back. The kids are breaking out in measles.
Yeah.
Don't be like, I was disrespected.
Anything other than my mother is not listening to me or not caring or isn't paying attention. Why? It doesn't even matter. Why would that matter? This is our day, and you can move over there, or you can go. There's a door right over there. Or shut up. Yes, suck it up.
It's like I love the panda husband, honey badger wife, combo, right? Like, I think that's fantastic. The super chill, like please don't notice me husband who just wants to live life and be okay and everything's cool. And then the wife who's going to send back the food that her husband ordered because it wasn't what he ordered.
Right.
And he is so non-confrontational that he will just eat something he's allergic to rather than get into a fight with, rather than inconvenience somebody else. Right. I think that can be a very sweet dynamic. However, that is not the dynamic that we're looking for at a wedding right now.
No.
Right. You don't be the honey badger wife. Be the wife who is a sneaky snake and says, we have food poisoning. We have to go.
Yeah.
Or just found out that the babysitter has COVID or whatever, Right. Lying will save you.
The house is on fire. We need to go home. Yeah.
That's like one of the only places it's appropriate to lie.
Yeah.
It
like in these big grand things, you make an excuse to leave. You don't get into a fight with the owner, you don't get into a fight with the people whose day it is, and then make a scene leaving.
Yeah,
It's just not done.
No. Check yourself.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
You'll wreck yourself.
I guess you're fixed. Boom.
Yeah.
Question mark.
Don't be a douche.
Yeah, that's
what
right.
What is it again? It's don't be an overt douche.
Yeah, don't be an overt douche.
Don't be an overt
Pretty much
douche.
what happens.
Yep.
Let's see. Ooh, I'm gonna skip down to this one. This one looks like it could be fun. If it's not 500 years. These few paragraphs. I'll take it. Am I the a-hole for kicking my maid of honor out of my wedding with 5 days notice? Kyle 99 says. Update us on my new profile. I don't care. I'm just going to do this one. Okay. See, my maid of honor, 26, female, was in charge of planning my bachelorette party, which I wanted to be a surprise. Let's see. I'm 23, female, getting married in a couple days. Most of this was in the last 2 weeks. 26-year-old 26-year-old maid of honor was in charge of the bachelorette party. We live in a city, but none of us live downtown, so I was hoping for a hotel room downtown and having a fun night out with friends, maybe a brunch. Most of the bridal party lived locally, but 2 girls flew in for it. When M picked me up, so that's her name is M, picked me up 2 weeks ago on Friday, I was excited to see where we were going and what we were doing. We ended up going to M's 1-bedroom townhome and spent the whole weekend there. There are 8 of us, so it was cramped, and we kept running into issues with only 1 bathroom. On Friday night, we had games and ordered pizza. Saturday, we had a mimosa bar, went shopping, ordered food, and watched a rented movie before parting ways on Sunday. It wasn't the bachelorette party of my dreams or a particularly fun weekend, but it was okay, and I appreciated it. Last weekend, my fiance, who's 32, Jay, had just returned from a work trip. I hadn't caught him up to speed on the party because there wasn't much to report. But when he returned, we were chatting and told him about the party. He looked confused, but said nothing else that evening. The next day, I got a message from M asking to meet up and talk about, quote, something. M revealed that Jay had given her a significant amount of money over a year ago with the intention that it was used to pay for a bachelorette party.
Cool.
It would have been enough to pay for the entire bridal party to do a week-long vacation out of town, including airfare, hotel, food, drinks, and fun. I wasn't expecting this type of event. A weekend downtown would have been wonderful, and even though the party at her home wasn't what I had hoped for, I was fine with it because I got to be with all of my friends. She instead used the money to pay off credit card debt and hoped no one would notice.
Oh.
I told her I needed some time to process and went home. After talking with Jay about it, I decided that the best action would be to remove her from the wedding. I came to this decision because I don't feel like I can trust her and don't want her to be standing next to me at my wedding. I slept on it overnight and sent her a text saying this on Monday. Since then, I have been getting texts from her mom and boyfriend telling me how awful I am for doing this, since I didn't need a big party and M was able to financially benefit. Okay.
That's the entire problem.
My mom is also against removing her from the wedding, and as she's like a sister to our family, and it would be tragic for me to get married without M there. The rest of the bridal party is split, with half saying I shouldn't have kicked her out and the other half agreeing with me. Well, that half is correct. M called me crying because she had already has her dress. Jay and I paid for all the dresses, and she can't wear it anywhere else. At this point, I want the wedding to be over with so I can be on my honeymoon and not have to deal with these people. I agree. No, she stole money from you, dog. Like, that's all
Enough
that is.
to pay off credit card debt? I mean, that's got to be tens of thousands of dollars.
I mean, that's exactly what it said, including airfare, hotel, food, drinks, and fun.
8 people.
For 8 people for a week.
For a week.
Yeah, no, that's tens of thousands of dollars he gave her.
That's a lot. And even including economy. You know. Yeah, if you're flying coach. Yeah, she stealed it. They're lucky. She's lucky they're not bringing her up on grand larceny charges.
Right.
Oh.
Now, here's the thing. The people that disagree with her, do they know what kind of money we're talking about? Because if they're thinking it's just a couple $100s, I could see why maybe go, oh, it's not that big of a deal. But it's just like, no, she spent a down payment on a house, and I got, secondhand mimosas. No. She is definitely not the asshole. Sorry.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Okay.
she should beat the crap out.
Dude. Yeah, that's like you're lucky it's not one of them Italian weddings where you get one of the get a favor you can't refuse kind of thing. Good
Then
gravy.
again, at the Italian weddings, you get the stacks of cash instead of presents, so it would have made up for it.
Would have been way easier.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I the a-hole for refusing to be the best man at my best friend's wedding despite knowing that I might be the closest person he has to family in the wedding planning process? Ooh. To dive right in, I've been best friends with Bill, 26, not his real name, since college. We've always been more like family, and I love him like a brother. We met as freshmen and were roommates until basically he graduated. I stayed an extra year at that college because I did a co-term. Okay, I don't care about your drama. Now Bill has a rough story with his family. Without getting into too much detail, his dad was a terrible person that deeply affected Bill's life. His mom was a bit better, but she never stepped in when he needed support, which strained their relationship. This is important because Bill has only invited a few family members to his wedding, just an uncle and aunt who took care of him during high school. Because of this, he's been adamant that I attend. Here's the issue. I don't like Bill's fiance, Amy. Okay. I can't tolerate her at all. Bill and Amy have been together for about 2 years, but their relationship has been on again, off again. Amy was unfaithful at one point, and although they've been working things out, I saw firsthand how much mental torture Bill went through. She's manipulative and somehow came out of that situation scot-free. As a result, I can't stand her. I've made that clear to both Bill and Amy, probably in language that's too explicit for this post. Amy also dislikes me and holds a grudge because I told Bill to leave her after she cheated. So the feeling is mutual. Anyway, about 3 weeks ago, Bill called me and asked if I would be his best man. He said he really wanted me there because I'm one of the few people he considers family. I wanted to say yes, but I know that if I'm there, Amy and I will end up in a confrontation. I told Bill I didn't think it was a good idea for me to be his best man. Attending the wedding is one thing, but being in the wedding party is another. Not really. I can't stand, that's me saying not really. I can't stand her, but Bill insisted. He told me I might be the only family he has helping him in this process and really needs my support. I explained to him that as much as I love him like a brother, I don't think it's the right decision given the animosity between Amy and I. After about an hour of back and forth, he said he understood, but then he asked me again this week. I feel really bad, but I know myself, and if I'm involved, I'm going to ruin this thing. I don't like her, but I don't want to ruin his first wedding for him. He's just assuming at this point.
Probably safe assumption.
I mean, probably, but still, I'm not good at biting my tongue, especially not for months of wedding planning. I've also asked my own younger brother and my girlfriend. They both said it was the right call. I feel guilty, but I believe it was the right call. Was I wrong to say no? Am I the a-hole? I'm going to bite the bullet and say, yeah, you're kind of an a-hole here. Because if you can't suck it up for your best friend who has been your brother since Lord knows how long.
Yeah, but if you think he's making the biggest mistake of his life,
you can say that all day.
That?
How do you not support somebody when they clearly, like, you know what I mean? I didn't like your first wedding, Will, and I still went, and I was still in your wedding party.
Yes. None of us like my first wedding anymore.
Just saying.
Yeah. No, the thing is the way I see it is it's two separate things. So if he has this much of a problem with her, then he should be trying to talk him out of it. But also, if he is especially being the only family there, like, he should be supportive if that initial doesn't work, if that where he is speaking his mind and telling the guy, like, you can't do this, like, this is not a good idea. If the other guy's not gonna listen to it, then he should still be there and supportive. Just shut his mouth. It's not his day. We said this already. It's not his day. He should still be there for his friend, though.
Look, here's the thing. The best way to get him to not marry this lady is to be the best man.
Or sleep with her.
No, don't sleep with her. That's stupid. No.
He already forgave her for cheating once.
Right.
So here's the thing. Be the best man.
Just be the best man.
Because inevitably she's gonna say something like, if you are correct, she's inevitably gonna say something that is so out of pocket that he's gonna rethink this nonsense. Because if you think the confrontation is that inevitable,
toxic,
she's gonna start some stuff. All you have to do is not start it.
Yep.
And make sure that he's around for her starting it.
Yep.
It's true. Well, and that's the thing, is if he can't talk him out of it, which should be his job from now until the day of the wedding,
until at least 6 months after the wedding.
You know, he could be there and just bite his tongue, and like you said, let her start it. You know, but I can also see the difficulty of, I think you are making the biggest mistake of your life. I can't talk you out of it. I can't support it. You know, it's a hard position to be in.
It's honestly not that hard of a position, because I've been right.
Well, see, it's not a fiance thing. At least it better not be a fiance thing. But it's like Lon and Erica. I cannot stand that girl. She manipulates the crap out of him. He understands it, but it's that first girlfriend thing, right? And it's just like, I can't with that chick.
Well,
and I know how you have issues with that other person as well, but
yeah,
you know, it's been going on for much longer than you've had issues.
Yeah, so, and I get that, and that's totally fine, and that's, you know, it's whatever.
But it's that kind of thing. How do you support somebody that's
my thing is
knows he's being taken advantage of and does nothing to save himself?
Right. I mean, if he knows that he's being taken advantage of, but it's making him happy, fine. Right.
You're still
there to help pick up the pieces later, man. Like, if that's
being there.
Roll your eyes all you want, you psycho.
No, I'm not rolling my eyes at you. I'm rolling my eyes at how many times I have picked up those pieces. Told him that he was an idiot. You know.
Okay, but I'm still talking about the wedding here. So,
well,
yeah, trust me, I've had cartons of Ben and Jerry's on standby for that guy, but I no longer wish to talk about him.
That's fine. It was my example because it's the only person's significant other that I just want to punch in the face right now.
Dog. Anyway, yeah, I mean, like, yeah. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. It's not a big deal. So, look, go out of your way to be kind. Go out of your way. Fucking go out of your way.
X-Lax in her champagne.
Don't do that. But
eye drops.
No, that can kill her. What you do?
You're careful. You're fine.
No, it doesn't matter. Like, even like a little bit can do a murder.
That's not even a thing anymore. They took out the thing that.
Whatever. Shut up. Anyway, my point being, if you go out of your way to be kind, and she turns around and she is clearly a monster to you,
right?
You know, then you have a lot more ammunition for the months and months and months leading up to this wedding. You know, and then eventually, either she's going to change, hopefully, fingers crossed, maybe she's going to therapy and things are doing great, blah, 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 blah. Probably not. Or more likely, he'll change his mind.
Because he will see that she is an overt douche.
Right. He will see that she is a terrible human being with no redeeming qualities.
But is that before or after she tries to have kids to save the marriage?
Well, I mean,
in my case, after. But Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's
okay. The kids are great. We love those kids.
Yeah.
In any event, okay, so here's the update. I'm not reading all 3 other updates. I don't care about them. This is the one that matters. After reading all the messages, consulting my girlfriend, and showing her this post, I called him and told him I'll be his best man. The news clearly has reached Amy's ears as she's already causing problems. She clearly doesn't want me there based on a series of huge text walls she wrote me, basically telling me off. Took screenshots, sent him to Bill. I'm not going to try to instigate or escalate, but she said some messed up stuff directed towards my family and me. I'm trying to keep it calm, but this bitch is testing my patience by saying things about my girlfriend and how she dresses, based on a pic of my girlfriend wearing a low-cut skirt in college. A low-cut skirt?
No, that would be a high-cut skirt and a low-cut top.
Unless it's a low-cut skirt. And then that's kind of fashion-forward, I guess.
Sure.
I can already tell this will not end well for anyone involved or in proximity of this wedding. Well, good for you for, sucking it up and being a big, tough, brave dog about it.
And that is up to your friend to see how much of a pain in the ass this chick is being to change your mind, his mind.
Some people really like pita. You can put all kinds of stuff in pita.
True.
She's a pain in the ass. P-I-T-A, pita.
No, I get you. Yeah.
I'm looking at my sister who is clearly confused.
I'd never heard the phrase. I'm like thinking, what does Eros have to do with this? Do I get the hummus?
Yeah, I mean, fill it with whatever you want.
You could.
Just not too much tzatziki, otherwise you're going to wind up with little baby Eros.
Yeah.
Or lawyers. Anyway, I think that's all we have time for now that Will has some wiggle room on that one.
The one, yeah. I think that we're good. What do you think, Bonnie? You think that's good? You're just along for the ride. You're along for the ride.
Bonnie's just happy to be here.
Yeah. We're happy to have you.
Right on. I find it fun.
Good. I'm glad you like it.
All
right, everybody. I've been Dave.
I've been Will.
Been Bonnie.
And we just fixed your life, theoretically.
Or at least some people's life.
Like, comment, subscribe. Bye-bye.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Comment.
Spotify, leave a comment. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Everybody, bye-bye. You can always email us at fixyourlifepod@gmail.com.
That would be awesome. Give us some stories.
Bye. Everybody, bye. Say it. Everybody, you got to wave.
Like this.
I'm waving.
Go do your little dance.
Oh, is it
so Will has something. This is for Will to put over the. We're doing stuff here so that Will has something for the whole song.
Oh, I see.
Been hating my job. I need to quit. Where'd I go wrong?
You guys are such
Is this really it?
We try.
I need a pick.